4:30 on WKYT this morning. Versailles police are investigating the cause of a deadly crash in Woodford County.
Sad news out of western Kentucky. A toddler has died after being hit by a car.
And they promised to use donations to help people who are battling cancer, but a group of false cancer charities made off with millions of donors' generosity.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. So good to have you with us on WKYT as we get this day started. It's Thursday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. And we've been a bit spoiled the last couple of days.
I think we probably have.
From the weather. And I think it's going to be one of those days where we're not going to enjoy it, maybe?
Right. Time's changing. We are expecting some rain and maybe storms later today. Meteorologist Micah Harris is in our First Alert Weather Center. It is a First Alert Severe Weather Day.
Yeah, we're holding that tight because of the opportunity later on this evening and off into the night. That is that severe weather chance. But remember, the still low-end severe weather opportunity. We're going to be watching that very closely. Right now, a few showers rolling through the eastern zones. Back toward the west, that's where the heaviest rain's located. This will be rolling through here in the next few hours, and it's going to be a soggy commute early this morning. Temperatures are there in the 50s and 60s. It's a really good feel once you step out the door, but it's later on this evening and night that we're going to be seeing the strong, potentially severe thunderstorms. We will get a big break during the day from the rain. I'm going to show you the time frame on that and when the storms move on in coming up.
Okay, thank you very much.
We've learned more details about a deadly crash that shut down part of a busy Woodford County road.
Versailles police say a truck and an SUV collided on US 60 not far from the Bluegrass Parkway. One person died. Another person was taken to UK hospital with serious injuries. WKYT's Monique Blair spoke with police as they try to figure out what led up to the accident.
It made you want to cry, to say the least.
Many drivers saw a scene they likely won't forget Wednesday afternoon as rush hour was just beginning. Versailles police say just a few minutes after 4 o'clock, a blue Jeep Grand Cherokee was exiting the Bluegrass Parkway onto eastbound US 60 or Versailles Road, and a red GMC pickup truck was traveling westbound.
For reasons not known right now, which is still what's under investigation, the blue Jeep Grand Cherokee crossed over into the westbound lanes and struck the red pickup truck head on.
The Woodford County Coroner's Office tells me the man in the pickup truck, 53-year-old James Couch, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the Jeep was transported to UK hospital. Now, both lanes of US 60 here at the Bluegrass Parkway were closed Wednesday evening from about 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Also, only one lane of eastbound traffic was moving during that same time frame. All of this causing a pretty significant traffic backup.
Traffic stopped, and so then from there, just creeping forward, Fauna came around and saw just one of the most horrific sights I ever saw.
Horrific, yet also to driver Kevin James, not something he's used to seeing on his daily commute.
I travel that every day, and it's the first time I saw anything like that. It just blew my mind.
In Woodford County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
At last check, the driver of the Jeep remains in the hospital this morning, and police are still investigating the crash.
Police say a man had to be airlifted to the hospital after an SUV hit him in Laurel County. It happened around 10:30 Tuesday night on Highway 552 near London. Police say 20-year-old Joseph Rourke was standing in the middle of the road when the SUV hit him. They say he was airlifted to UK hospital but could not tell us his condition.
A sad story out of western Kentucky this morning. Authorities say a fifth grader from Bowling Green died shortly after being struck by a car. Police say 10-year-old Gisela Arias was pronounced dead at the scene after she was hit just a few blocks from her elementary school yesterday afternoon. Police say the driver of the SUV, 36-year-old Angela Clark, had 3 juvenile passengers in her car when the accident happened. Clark quickly got out of the vehicle and cried over the little girl's body until authorities arrived there. No one else was injured in the accident. Police say an investigation is underway, but charges are not expected to be filed. A large fire tore through a recycling center in Hardin County. Firefighters say some pieces of product were set on fire for testing purposes at Osage Express in Radcliffe, but that fire did not go all the way out. It sparked a much larger fire. Smoke from the fire could be seen for miles around. Firefighters say they were able to get the fire under control in about 45 minutes, and no injuries are reported there.
Lexington police have named a suspect they say stole money from disabled veterans. Police have obtained an arrest warrant for 38-year-old David Kirk Jr. He's now facing a robbery charge. Police say last Thursday Kirk stole a donation jar from Veterans Outreach, whose members were collecting money outside the Walmart on New Circle Road. The jar had been bolted to the table, but police say Kirk grabbed the entire table with the jar still attached and put it in his truck. Now, one of the men collecting donations was injured trying to stop him. Police are looking for two people they say broke into a Richmond liquor store. Police have released these surveillance pictures of the suspects. Police say last Thursday morning the burglars broke in through a drive-through window at Monty's Liquor on Berea Road. The burglary set off the store alarm, but police say the suspects still managed to steal 21 cartons of cigarettes.
Police are trying to track down the people responsible for what's being called a professional crime ring. Those thieves target cars parked outside of schools in Lexington and in Franklin County. Police say purses were taken from Cassidy Elementary School in Lexington, and then checks from those purses were cashed at banks around central Kentucky. And in Franklin County, police say a similar theft outside a school cost the victim $11,000. Police released surveillance pictures of a woman who cashed the stolen checks. They say she is trying to make herself look similar to the people whose checks were stolen.
We believe they come in from out of town. We don't believe this person to be local, so she's concealing her identity and traveling to different jurisdictions to commit these frauds.
Police say they got the license plate of the car that the woman was driving, but the plate had been stolen from a car in Oklahoma.
They promised to use donations to help people battling cancer, but investigators say 4 cancer charities operated by the same family were just shams. The Kentucky Attorney General says his office has joined other agencies around the country to settle claims against the charities and order them to pay back much of the money. As WKYT's Garrett Weimer tells us, Kentuckians donated millions of dollars to these charities.
The Attorney General says the leaders of 4 charities made money off Kentuckians' goodwill and generosity. Now a settlement shuts down Cancer Fund of America, Cancer Support Services, Children's Cancer Fund of America, and the Breast Cancer Society.
Shutting down this group was critical, and it's just an example of how people try to scam people through what look like legitimate charities.
Attorney General Andy Beshear says nearly 150,000 Kentuckians gave more than $3.5 million to the 4 charities, which turned out to be shams.
The president and others were getting paid a lot of money. The people they employed were getting paid a lot of money. The only place where a lot of money wasn't going to was the charitable cause, was helping people with cancer or cancer research.
The Federal Trade Commission says between 2008 and 2012, the 4 charities raised more than $187 million in donations. Yet investigators say only about 2% of that money went to any sort of charitable aid.
You feel betrayed. You feel taken advantage of when people are giving their hard-earned money, trying to do some real good in the world. And I don't want people dissuaded from giving to charity.
Beshear encourages folks to research charities before giving. At the Capitol in Frankfort, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
The Attorney General's website, as well as Charity Navigator, they have tools to help you research charities before you give. You can find links to those resources on WKYT.com and the WKYT News app.
Some help has arrived in an eastern Kentucky county where many people are struggling to find jobs. TeleWorks USA has opened a new hub in Lee County. People looking for work receive training at TeleWorks. Then the company helps them find a job based on its partnerships. In the last year, TeleWorks leaders say they have helped around 200 people find work at their other hubs in Jackson and Perry counties. And the company is planning to expand.
We're going to Booneville, we're going to go to Inez, and possibly looking later on into Louisa. So we just hope to keep expanding that footprint just so we can continue to expand the economic impact of TeleWorks throughout the region.
Company leaders say there are around 50 jobs available right now. So encouraging a sign there. The time is 4:39 and WKYT This Morning is just getting started.
It's a recipe that is good for your heart as well as your waistline. We'll get the skinny on tuna next in our Mom's Everyday Minute.
All eyes on these thunderstorms as they come rolling through later on this evening and off into the night. I'm going to give you the timeline on this coming up next. We're looking across the region and holding on to those showers back toward the west. And those showers slowly but surely inching their way eastbound. And once we start to see those showers move overhead, that's when it just becomes pretty wet for at least 3 or 4 hours. It just doesn't move all that much. So it's a huge blob of rain. We do have a few sprinkles, a couple light showers out ahead of that, back toward eastern Kentucky at this moment. But really, we're going to be watching that rain back toward 65 and also west of that. Move closer to us as we go through time. I'd say it moves off into the region here. I would say 6 a.m. to about 8 a.m. is when you really start to see the bulk of it slide on in here. Right now we're in the 50s and 60s. It's a pretty good feel. I'm going to take you hour by hour. Watch this as we get off into the late morning hours. There's 10 a.m. It's pretty widespread, especially across central and western portions of our viewing area. Then it moves eastbound, and as it moves eastbound, it fades away. There's 1 p.m. and most of it's long gone. Still a few showers left over in the northeastern quadrant. Watch this as we go past that. We're talking about mid-70s. Low to mid-70s later on this afternoon as we will take a big break anywhere from, I would say, 2 p.m. to about 6 p.m. And then we hit 6 and 7 p.m. and watch what happens. Here comes those storms. And this is your severe weather threat. This morning, not so much. It's really later on this evening and off into the night. So anywhere from 6 to about 8 p.m. is when you start to see these storms move on in the west. They'll be around Lexington anywhere from about 7 to about 10 p.m. and then slide eastbound and then cover up a large real estate of our viewing area, especially eastern areas where it starts to fall apart right around midnight over toward east and southeastern Kentucky. Then once that slides on through, some cooler air filters on in for Friday morning, 40s and 50s, and then we finish off in the 60s later on that afternoon on Friday. We head off towards your weekend and things turn a lot cooler, and I'm going to be talking about that coming up in a few minutes. But evening and night, high winds, yeah, it's a possibility, but hail, flooding, tornadic activity, all of these are possibilities, but all of these are relatively low. Remember, this is not a high-end severe weather threat, but it is there, especially once again that evening and nighttime hour. Your 7-day forecast shapes up like this. We're at 72 today, 64 for tomorrow. Obviously, the storms, what we will be talking about later on this evening and night. Then we had Saturday, a cooler day in store, right around 51, but it gets much cooler there on Sunday, upper 40s, but look at your overnight lows there in the 20s. A hard freeze is possible on Sunday morning. So we go from 72 today with strong to severe thunderstorms possible, and then we're looking toward a hard freeze toward the weekend. This is March going into April in Kentucky. I mean, this is what you expect, and it's here.
It is March going out like a lion, though. It came in like a lamb.
That's
Remember
true.
that? So
That's
it all worked
true.
out.
Yeah.
I guess these old tales work out
wife
sometimes.
still. Yeah, I like them.
Thank you, Micah, and we alert throughout the day. Our time this morning is 4:46 now. It's a delicious Mediterranean salad recipe using something that you can easily pick up at your local supermarket.
In today's Mom's Everyday Minute, Rebecca Rayner highlights tuna fish.
All right, we are making a really healthy, really delicious salad today. Erica White is here with me. She's our fitness guru. The question is, it's a tuna salad,
yes.
Mediterranean tuna salad. Talk about what we kind of chose for the ingredients and why they're so good for us.
Well, I chose onions just to add the extra flavor. Of course, no calorie, very low calories, almost none. This is actually 5 boiled egg whites. I removed the centers, so you're only getting just that protein, no extra cholesterol here. This is actually called garlic sauce, Mediterranean garlic sauce. I use it in place of the mayo, so you're getting rid of the extra calories, and you're also adding in good stuff for your heart, good stuff for your body.
Got a little bit of mustard?
Oh, just a little mustard, yep, to give it a little taste.
Okay. And then tuna, that is the real star of the show here. Why is that?
Omega-3s right there.
Omega-3s.
Great for your heart health. So we're looking at this is not only great for protein, as far as for our bodies, but that big boost of omega-3s.
And then you've got here, this is the final 2 ingredients.
Tabbouleh salad, and also I added bruschetta.
This recipe and all the ingredients are listed on momseveryday.com. For Moms Every Day, I'm Rebecca Rainier.
For these tips and more, just go to WKYT.com and click on Moms Every Day.
And we'll stay on top of this weather situation as well today as we anticipate these strong storms throughout the day. Check our website frequently. 4:47 is our time now.
Donald Trump is in the middle of another controversy this morning. Reactions to the Republican frontrunner's comments on abortion when we return. Welcome back to WKYT this morning. The time is 4:50. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump finds himself at the center of another firestorm.
This time it is over comments he made about abortion during an MSNBC town hall last night. Weijia Jiang has this report from Washington.
Donald Trump ignited controversy while sparring with MSNBC's Chris Matthews over how to enforce a hypothetical ban on abortion.
Should the woman be punished for having an abortion? This is not something you can dodge.
Matthews continued to press the pro-life Republican frontrunner.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
The Trump campaign quickly tried to do damage control, issuing a statement saying the doctor or any other person performing this illegal act upon a woman would be held legally responsible, not the woman. Condemnation of Trump came from the right and the left.
What he said today is just among the most outrageous and dangerous statements that I've heard anybody running for president say in a really long time.
Governor John Kasich has limited women's access to abortion in Ohio.
I do have exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother, but of course women shouldn't be punished.
In a statement, Senator Ted Cruz said Trump has demonstrated that he seriously has not thought through the issues. This Wisconsin voter says Trump still has her vote on Tuesday, but
I wish I could put some tape on his mouth sometimes.
Trump is 15 points behind Cruz in the latest survey of female GOP voters in Wisconsin. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, the White House.
And the latest CBS News New York Times poll shows 63% of all female voters view Trump as unfavorable.
Kentucky Congressman Hal Rogers led a congressional forum at the National Prescription Drug Abuse and Heroin Summit in Atlanta yesterday. He suggested a holistic approach to stopping America's drug epidemic. He also said the 2,000 people at the summit spent a lot of time sharing ideas about what can be done to stop drug abuse nationwide.
So it's an educational thing for the people that are involved in fighting abuse all around the country from different angles, learning and sharing together.
University of Kentucky President Dr. Eli Capilouto, also attended the summit yesterday. He called it a chance to learn more about the drug epidemic, which UK is trying to fight. The summit wraps up today.
Major meeting on a topic that obviously needs
Very
addressing
important
in our country.
area.
Yeah. 4:53 is the time, and coming up next, a look at some of the stories our news team is working on for you this morning.
And we'll have another look at your morning forecast on this severe alert weather day coming up.
Good morning. Our time is 4:56 on WKYT this morning, and we're glad you're with us on this Thursday. We anticipate a stormy day ahead here and there.
Indeed. Now it's time to take a look at some of the stories we're working on this morning.
Coming up at 5, police say a 10-year-old girl was pronounced dead after being hit by a car in Bowling Green yesterday. They say that 10-year-old Gisela Arias was pronounced dead at the scene just a few blocks from her elementary school. And police say an investigation is underway this morning, but charges are not expected to be filed. And we anticipate the weather being interesting throughout the day today. Rain for sure, maybe some tough storms.
Yes, and we're calling it our first alert severe weather day here at WKYT. Here's Micah Harris with the latest.
Yeah, and we're going to be watching that very closely later on this evening and off into the night. That's when you expect the severe weather threat. This morning it's more of just widespread rain, showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder mixed in. As you can see across the region, look at all the moisture down toward the south and southwest of us. And a lot of times you get the rain before the storms, and that usually gives us that opportunity to stabilize the atmosphere, meaning to take away a lot of that energy that we're going to be seeing through the day. The problem here is the storms are still well back toward the west. So this batch moves through, we take a big break and allow those temperatures to climb to the 70s and increase that energy, increase the moisture back again. And then here comes the next round later on this evening and off into the night. So that's what we're going to be focusing in on as we travel through your afternoon and off into the evening hours. Temperatures already in the 60s. We'll finish off in the 70s, gusty winds. I'm going to go over the timing hour by hour coming up with another 2 hours of WKYT News, focusing once again on that severe weather threat. How's that going to impact your day? I'll have that coming up in a few minutes.